get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. A basketball analyst and youth team assistant coach dubs the final Gilas lineup for the FIBA World Cup as one of the best Philippine teams ever. Here's the story. Gilas Pilipinas is all set for their campaign for the FIBA World Cup. Yesterday, the Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas bare the team's roster for the Worlds, which will begin this Friday. Naturalized guard Jordan Clarkson headlines the Pinoy squad, which will be reinforced by national team veterans Junmar Fajardo and team captain Japeth Aguilar. This will be Abay and Japeth's third straight appearance in the World Cup. Also in the team are CJ Perez, Kiefer Ravena, and RR Pugoy, who all had seen action in 2019. A mix of old and new also comprises the lineup as first-timers Scotty Thompson, Dwight Ramos, Jamie Malonzo, and Renza Bando are also included. Kai Soto and AJ Edu moved up the senior rank, having played in the national youth team as well. Basketball analyst and Batang Gilas assistant coach Enzo Flojo believes this roster is one of the best ever assembled in the country's history.
Pinakamalapit na dito would be the 2014 World Cup team, where first time natin makita si Andre Blatch. No? That was a really strong team. Iba yung strengths nito eh. Balansyado rin to. But we're longer because of AJ, Japeth, and Kai all together. We have a more mature Junmar in the paint.
Recall that Raj Cotorman, who coached the earliest editions of the Gilas program, is also impressed by the Gilas pool. He said the team's size, experience, and exposure to the international scene will all be helpful in Gilas' campaign. Even Aguilar, who had played for the national team since 2009, says the current team's talent is off the charts. He even compared it to the 2014 team, which brought the country's first FIBA victory in 4 decades.
Totally different tong team na to. May samahan kami noong 2014. May samahan din naman kami ngayon. Pero talent-wise, I feel like mas talented yung mga guys ngayon.
Flojo says Gilas' group mates, the Dominican Republic, Angola, and Italy are all tough, but he's confident of the team's chances.
If we make under 7 threes, not gonna win. But if we make mga 10 and above, tapos wala tayong turnover masyado, I think we have a good chance to beat those two teams. And maybe even on a good day, we can stick and stay within striking distance even of Italy.
Gilas opens its campaign against the Dominican Republic tomorrow, Friday, at the Philippine Arena in Bulacan. You can catch the game live here on Signal and the Pilipinas Live app. There is now a Filipino player in the FIBA Hall of Fame. Pinoy basketball legend Caloy Loyzaga has officially been inducted in the prestigious club. Marty Bautista with the details.
The children of Pinoy basketball pioneer Caloy Loyzaga were all in attendance in the 2023 FIBA Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Loyzaga is one of the most revered names in Philippine basketball, and some even call him the greatest Pinoy player of all time. Last night, Caloy officially joined the Hall of Fame. He is the first Pinoy cager to be included in the prestigious circle. Also inducted were Yao Ming of China, Brazilian legend Willimir Marquez, Amaya Valdemoro of Spain, and Penny Taylor of Australia. The big difference was a force to be reckoned with for the Philippine team during his heyday as he led the Pinoy's campaign in the 1954 FIBA World Cup, which was then in only its second iteration. There, the Philippines copped the bronze, which remains as the only time an Asian country stepped into the podium. Caloy is also a key player in 4 gold medal-winning Philippine teams in the first 4 editions of the Asian Games from 1951 to 1962. Despite the accolades, the recognition, and his impact to Philippine basketball, his children Princess, Bing, Teresa, and Joey all admit they have not seen their dad play live.
All we have is, of course, his inspiring stories, and now we have the memorabilia, diba, to speak of the team's experiences and his significance during that time. So, you know, to me, since I'm the youngest of the 5 siblings, to me my dad was really just there for me to pick me up in school, take me to school and pick me up in school every day, from grade school to high school. So to me, he's really just a great dad. But with this honor of experiencing this.
This induction came at a perfect time since the country will serve as a co-host of the FIBA World Cup. It's also a fitting honor as the late legend was supposed to turn 93 years old on August 29. Aside from him being a great father, his children also hailed Loyzaga's unwavering love for the game.
Na-injure na nga. Gusto ko maglaro sa national team. Pambihira yun. He broke his wrist yata for the Olympics, and he went to his coach and cried in front of his coach that he wants to be included. I think it was Rome Olympics. I hope I'm correct. So that really, hats off ako kay Dad.
The Hall of Fame ceremony was held in Sofitel, Manila. It also marked the first time that the event was open to the public. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
More on FIBA, basketball's global governing body honors Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Chairman Manny V. Pangilinan. MVP had received the FIBA Order of Merit, an award bestowed upon individuals who made significant contributions to the growth of basketball. Pangilinan is the third Filipino to receive the order since 1994. Along with this, the sports patron announced that he will step down as a member of the FIBA Central Board, with the Philippines co-hosting the FIBA World Cup as his last project. In his speech, MVP assured that he will support FIBA and basketball all the way.
My exit does not mean the end of our basketball engagement with FIBA. Quite the contrary. I assure you that SBP and myself will remain energetic supporters and devout evangelists of FIBA. We are your teammates for life, and we will pursue our work together to win for all.
We're taking a timeout. The game on One News Now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. still watching the game on One News Now, I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. Team USA assistant coach Erik Spoelstra is making the most of his stay in the Philippines. Coach Spo held a homecoming hoops clinic in Taguig featuring some NBA stars. Here's the story. Filipino-American coach Erik Spoelstra is doing his share in contributing to the furthering of basketball. The Miami Heat head coach headlined a basketball clinic hosted by USA Basketball in Taguig ahead of their FIBA World Cup campaign. Several NBA stars congregated in the event like Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, and Mikal Bridges. There, they shared tips and tricks of the trade to young bucks aspiring to become basketball greats of their own. Featured in the clinic are several cagers from various high schools and colleges in Metro Manila. Spoelstra, who serves as Team USA's assistant coach, reminded them to never waste an opportunity to improve in the game they love.
Just try to maximize every single opportunity in this game. And if you have access to an outdoor court and your friends are available, or your parents, or a brother or a sister, try to shoot an extra 200 or 300 shots a day. Every team always needs good shooters, and there's no shortcut to it. You have to work on it, spend extra time with it outside of practice, and then when you're in practice, maybe show up early, maybe ask one of your coaches to work with you, spend a little extra time.
Spoelstra and the rest of Team USA's goal is to recapture the World Cup trophy after a drastic slide to 7th place in 2019. The film coach likes his team's chances despite basketball growing into more global sport with each day.
We feel like we're ready, but we understand how challenging it is. These are the best countries in the world. It's truly become a global game. That's the beautiful thing about it. The game now is in every region of the world. The popularity is incredible.
With this, Spoelstra is excited to experience anew the warmth and love of Pinoy fans towards basketball.
I've tried to explain it to everybody, but unless you actually come to Manila and really experience it, it's tough to articulate that. And we've only been here for 24 hours, and all the players now understand what I was talking about.
Coach Spo is also looking to catch a Gilas game or two while acknowledging his connection with Gilas assistant Tim Cone. Cone had been part of the Heat's Summer League coaching staff back in 2022. He also hopes to meet the Philippines' chief tactician, Chot Reyes.
I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but I'm looking forward to watching them play and watching them compete, these next couple weeks.
Team USA opens its World Cup campaign in Group C against New Zealand at the Mall of Asia Arena. Still on Coach Spo, did you know that he dreamt of playing in the PBA before? The Philam coach himself revealed this, saying it was one of his earliest goals to play in Asia's oldest professional basketball league. He said growing up, his family would send him VHS tapes of PBA games, and immediately he appreciated the fans' craze for the sport. Spoelstra's mother, Elisa Celino, is from San Pablo, Laguna. The Miami Heat hired Spo as a video coordinator back in 1995, where he slowly rose the ranks until he was named head coach in 2008.
Growing up, my goal initially was to play in the PBA, and that was always part of my plan. I ended up playing overseas for a couple of years, and then I was going to eventually come over here and try to play, and then kind of got rerouted to Miami.
From one coach to another, this time for the Philippine women's football team. The Philippine Football Federation announced the hiring of Mark Torcaso as the new head coach of the Filipinas. Tanisha Kohadzik and Andrew Durante will serve as assistants. Kohadzik will also handle the under-17 girls and under-20 women's team. Torcaso will be a concurrent head coach of Western United FC and the A-League Women, where he is the reigning coach of the year. The 42-year-old replaces another Australian, Alan Stachik, who is now the coach of one club in the A-League Men's. Torcaso is now expected to call the shots when the Filipinas begin their Asian Games campaign next month. In a statement released by the PFF, Torcaso says he's excited for the opportunity to pile on the strides made by the women's team over the past few years. He's also looking forward to the challenge of leading the team. Olympic pole vaulter EJ Obiena has qualified for the finals of the World Athletics Championships in Budapest. Obiena's highest jump was tallied at 5.75 meters. He's through to the final round on Sunday, August 27, Manila time. Obiena is now looking to post a better finish than the bronze medal he won in the previous edition of the Worlds in 2022. Aside from this, he is also aiming to end world number 1 Armando Plantes' reign of 5 straight golds in the tournament. The Pinoy Pride will join 11 other competitors in the event's finale. Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.